What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This, of course, is Beer Talk with Kyle and Joe. Today, we have episode 2 of our mini series, Best or the Worst. So this is when we go ahead and review a big company where you can find their products at Walmart and Target and Amazon, all that stuff. And we kind of see how we like them compared to the small batch companies that we're so used to. So again, this is episode 2, and we will be reviewing Cremo.
Yep. And the reason why we call it the best or the worst is because when we hear about these companies, when you search these companies, a lot of them you'll notice on the generic Google top 5, top 10 beard product lists. And a lot of times when you talk to the hardcore beardsman who has tried multiple products, a lot of them have a different opinion considering what a lot of those Google searches say. So we're here to put these products to the test to see if it really is some of the best products that are being claimed or actually some of the worst. But before we dive into Cremo, hang tight. We'll be right back after this intro.
All right, guys, welcome back from the intro. Just in case you're wondering, do not adjust your phones or your televisions. We are wearing the same shirt. Shameless plug. Our shirts, if you're interested in any of our merch, go ahead and check out the link below. But let's go ahead and dive right into this video. So again, today we are reviewing Cremo. And this one that we have tried, we both tried the same scent, same blend. This is from the Reserve collection, and this is the Distiller's Blend. So real quick, let's go ahead and get price and presentation out of the way. So a 1 ounce bottle of oil is going to run you about $13.99. Again, this is a company that's really big on Amazon. You can find them in the stores like Target, Walmart, all that good stuff. As far as presentation goes, I haven't tried a ton of big companies, but from the ones I've just seen on the shelves, I would say Cremo's probably the best one. I'm really digging their presentation. They have the water resistant, oil resistant labels, which I always really appreciate. Just makes it feel really, I don't know, fancy or expensive. Like Joe was just showing off, they come in that 1 ounce tube, which is really cool. And then, of course, there is their 1 or 2 ounce balm that Joe is showing off. Joe, what do you think of the presentation?
Dude, presentation is, I thought something that really stood out right off the bat. I'm actually a big fan of when oils come in these boxes. I know there's going to be some people out there that probably say it's not necessary, and there'll probably be something that's thrown out. Me personally, I like to keep them, and that's where I actually, I put back the oil in that box to keep when I have them somewhere else displayed that may not make it onto my rack. I really liked the color scheme of the black and the gold. And I know that's a weird saying when you're a Browns fan. You don't say that you like black and gold too much. But I really do like this. And I think it's really sophisticated. It's classy. I think it does look good on the shelf for sure. I'm actually a big fan of the presentation. And then on the oils, it does have the actual scent profile there as well, which is really cool. It's very small, but it's there. So I would say 2 thumbs up actually on the presentation. And then just my thoughts on the price. I think the price is very fair as well. When you're talking about pretty much $14 for an oil, $14 for a 2 ounce balm. I don't think, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, for sure. You actually nailed it when you said the scent profile is on there, but it's really small. Until you just said that, I did not notice. And I've looked at this bottle many times over the last 2 weeks. So speaking of which, let's just dive right into it. So this is from the Reserve collection. I don't know how many oil blends they have, but this one is from the Reserve, which if you kind of read the reviews, it seems like the better one, if you will. Yeah. Of course, I'm sure that's subjective. Kentucky bourbon, smoked vetiver, and American oak. So right off the bat, I do not like the scent at all. It's not my style whatsoever. I was going to say it's very bourbon-like, it's very oak-like, but they do a nice job of blending everything all together. It's just not I don't want to say it's not a manly scent, but it almost smells a little cheap to me. It almost smells like an air freshener, like at a golf country club, like in the bathroom, something like that. It's just very, it almost sounds like it smells like it's trying really hard. I've definitely smelled worse, especially from some of the other stuff in this mini series that we've reviewed. But as far as the scent goes, it's just not my style. After about an hour, I was pretty sick of it.
Yeah. Bourbon and vetiver, two scent profiles that for the most part I normally never like. When it comes to bourbon, it has to be a scent that is blended really well and almost hidden when it is in a product that I normally said that I have liked with bourbon in it. This is not the case whatsoever.
It's definitely a no for me, dog.
Bourbon and the vetiver, and it being a smoked vetiver at that, really stands out. It was not enjoyable to have in beard. I thought it was too strong, and the scent itself was just that bourbon. It's that, yeah, like cheap bourbon smell that makes you feel like you probably drank too many shots of bourbon. Like if I was wearing this at work, I probably would have people asking me if I was drinking during the work hours. And honestly, that is something that really, it sounds funny, but it is important because, that's not the kind of attention that you want on yourself when you have a strong scented beard product in your beard. You want to get those compliments. The last thing that you want to do is have people questioning what you're doing during work hours. And maybe that's a little bit of extreme, but honestly, that was my take on it. When I first put it in, it was during the weekend, and I knew right off the bat this was not something that I could wear during work or anything like that. It just wasn't pleasant. Vetiver, I'm not a fan of. And it's another one of those scents that it has to be blended appropriately for me to give it even some sort of chance. This just did not do it for me whatsoever.
All right, so let's go ahead and talk about the profile here. It is small, so bear with me. Sunflower seed oil, jojoba oil, avocado oil, argan oil, coconut, I don't even know how to pronounce that one. Parfum oil, rosemary oil. So I'm not even sure. I've never seen that one before. But the feel in beard I thought was pretty decent. I had no issue with the feel in beard. I know it's really subjective. I was curious. I was reading some of the reviews on Amazon, not to be biased. I just want to see what other people thought. I thought the feel in beard was pretty good. For me, it lasted pretty much throughout the day. One thing that it wasn't, which you find in cheaper oils, I'm not saying it's a cheaper oil, but some people think it is. It wasn't very greasy in my beard, which I like. I thought it absorbed in my skin and in my beard pretty well. Because otherwise, those cheaper oils that just feel really greasy, I just can't stand those. I won't wear them more than once. But Joe, what did you think?
I am going to say that it felt like a cheaper oil. It is what it is. I mean, do I know for a fact that it was made cheaply? No. I unlikely that it was. There are some guys out there who are not fans of Cremo who, still say it's still not that bad of a feeling oil. For me, this just completely dried out my beard. I felt like I needed to reapply pretty much after 4 hours of having it in beard. And honestly, when that happened with this scent profile, I had no desire to put it back in my beard. It just doesn't do it for me. I think that there's a reason why it's so easily available. I think it's just because it is something that you can get on an emergency basis if you need to pick up something. I definitely think the target audience is for newer beardsmen who may just not be experienced enough to really know good quality products that are truly out there. Just like the scent, it just did not do it for me whatsoever.
Yeah. And that pretty much answers your question. It doesn't sound like you'd wear it again.
No.
I'm right there with you. I thought the feel in beard was a little better for me. It wasn't terrible. Would I wear this again? No, probably not. Would I say a product like this is good compared to those small batch products? If you're really into the beard game that you know and love, no. The small batch products really blow it out of the water. So if someone were to say to me, hey, I'm new, I'm looking to make a purchase, should I go on Amazon or should I look up, a small batch company? I would say look up a small batch company on this one, similar to our other video. If you haven't checked that out, episode 1 of this mini series. I just think the small batch for the win.
Yeah. And then before we wrap up, I am going to go ahead and just talk about the balm. I did, for the heck of it, purchase the balm just to see. I have heard people talk about it pretty much just as much as the oil. So I thought it would be important to maybe cover that as well. Kyle, I know you didn't have a chance to purchase it or try it out, so I'll just go ahead and talk about it briefly. The ingredients on there, and again, this is small print, so bear with us. Sunflower seed oil, beeswax, jojoba, avocado, and then you have shea butter, coconut oil, argan oil, that parfum again, which is something that probably we want to look up just for future reference. And then you have rosemary, leaf extract, and then tocopherol, glycerin, which is soybean oil, and the sunflower seed oil glycerides. Pretty much the same ingredients as the oil, except you do have like the beeswax and the shea in there and everything. I actually like the balm. I actually like better than the oil itself. The scent on it, obviously, the same thing. Really having it in beard, didn't really do it too much for me. But it is a firmer type balm, as you can see there. So it does take a little bit of work to scoop out. By no means do you need like a pick or anything, but you will, use your finger quite a bit to get some of it out. As far as it holding my beard in place, I actually think it did pretty well. I liked the way that it had some hold in there, but there was really no nourishing aspect of it. I do like my balms to have a good blend of hold and nourishing to it. Again, just having that with the oil didn't help out my overall beard, and feeling like I needed to apply more throughout the day, which is not something that I really wanted to do.
All right, guys. So that is our video on Cremo. Hopefully that helped. Again, if you did not see our first episode where we reviewed Honest Amish with the same concept of a video, please go ahead and check that out. But guys, that's all the time that we have for you today. As always, keep it growing.
And we'll talk to you at the next one. Cousins out.